So we're gonna be playing Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue PS1 title. I actually really enjoyed. I remember this is one of the seasons that I feel like, in retrospect, I feel like it's a little bit too real, because all of them were like, they had like real jobs. Like, this is far from like Mighty Morphin where they were like teenagers with attitude. Like, no, this was like, one of them was a firefighter. All of them did like all these like actual real life jobs, which, you know, makes them very capable to be Power Rangers, you know. But this is actually one of the few seasons. It was like towards the end of like when I actually kind of stopped watching, or at least when I, as I was growing up, this was kind of where I started watching a little bit less. But I remember really loving this, or really enjoying this season. I don't remember if I loved it, but I will be the Red Ranger. I'm Ruby. Hello. So red is my favorite color. We have to go with the Red Ranger. Look at this footage from the show. We love to see it. I feel like they were always like on rooftops. They were always like in a park. It was always this like these very non-descriptive locations, which makes sense considering they took, you know, a lot of the footage from like Super Sentai.
The monsters seem to be using magical powers to keep the city police away. We suspect it's the work of Queen Banshira. Your mission, Rangers, neutralize this evil so that the police can enter the building.
Ew, we're helping the police.
Once you arrive at the building, we will be able to track you via your rescue morphers. Find a way in and rescue any hostages you find on the office floors. Meanwhile, my techs at the Aqua base will be locking onto them and teleporting them to safety. It's my job to make sure you stay one step ahead of Queen Banshira's monsters.
Thank you so much, Miss Fairweather. And here we are. Oh, the PlayStation 1. What a glorious era for graphics. Okay, hold on. So we jump, we guard, we kick, we punch, we roll. Okay, cool. We press select also? Oh, I missed. I guess that was like a tutorial type of moment. What was y'all's favorite Power Rangers series growing up? I was actually like a huge fan of Turbo and In Space. We were actually talking a little bit about it before I booted up the game here, because I'm in very much a hyper fixation of Power Rangers. Ever since I saw that they actually have a lot of the older seasons on YouTube, like full seasons, official uploads. I've been kind of on a Power Rangers kick lately, and yeah. Apparently, the censored version of Rangers was problematic to Twitch. Passion. I don't know what happened there. This is actually like fine. Like, the controls are a bit like crunchy. As in, like, you know, there's like no like juicy combos or anything of the sort, you know what I mean? And it's very rudimentary for sure, but like, I feel like as a hello. As a kid, if I actually had the opportunity to play this, I would have been like super happy. You know what I mean? Like, I would have eaten it up. You've never watched Power Rangers? Oh, interesting. I was very much a Power Rangers kid. I loved it. It aired like every Saturday, I think. It was like a Saturday morning cartoon type of gig. But like the Power Rangers always aired, I think, towards the end of that. like towards the end of the morning. So, you know, I've always not been a morning person. I guess what I want to say is I've never been a morning person. Oh, I'm losing health. I've never been a morning person. So, the Power Rangers airing... Oh.
No!
I thought I could jump there. The Power Rangers airing quite late in the morning made it so that I always caught it when it was on. So that's nice. His tiny legs. Listen, we love a short king. We love a short king. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there's like... Oh, there's someone here. Hello.
All right.
Yes, we're kidnapping everyone. We're we're actually kidnapping everyone. Everyone's being taken by aliens. And yeah, it's true. Wait, why did it want to make... Oh. Oh. Okay, seamless level transition. We love to see it. Oh, hello.
All right.
Ah, scary. I don't even know if these were like actual villains from the show at the time. I honestly don't remember. I haven't seen Lightspeed in very, very long. I'm kind of watching Mighty Morphin right now. But I've always been obsessed with Power Rangers. Like there was always like men I could have crushes on, girlies that I could wanna be like, and just like the campy footage from like the Super Sentai. There's like this very popular GIF from Mighty Morphins. They did like a Halloween episode where like everyone's helmets got replaced by pumpkins and they were just like Strugalina. And I don't know, it's just like there's parts that obviously are taken from the Japanese counterparts for Super Sentai. They're just like very fun and they're just like very out there, and the monsters were always like, there were always like girly enemies also that were like very fierce. I remember Miss Astronema, like Diva Talks, like all of those girlies. They were always like so fierce.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, was there an animated series? I have no idea.
Don't panic.
If there was, I didn't see it. But I don't remember that. You only watched Mighty Morphin in its entirety. It's very fun. It is super fun. Twitch, a couple years ago, Twitch did like a marathon of Power Rangers where they aired like every season. And I remember like that stream stayed on. I loved it. And then chat was like always had like the fun facts and stuff. Like the chat was always like, oh, so this is when like the original actors left the show, so you can see like they reused footage here and like all that stuff. So that was actually cool to see. Because in the original Mighty Morphin, the original actors got replaced because they didn't do and for very long after that they didn't do like unions, so the show wasn't unionized for like the longest time. Like for I feel like decades the show wasn't unionized, so they weren't being paid a lot and they were doing their own stunts and stuff. So after the first season came out, 3 of the original actors were like, girl, we need to get unionized, we need to like earn like for, you know, we need to earn what we deserve and safety precautions and stuff like that. So they ended up just getting fully replaced. Like they stopped showing up to work at some point or something like that, and they fully got replaced. Like they got voice doubles, they got body doubles, and they just reused footage that they had. to do like this like power transfer episode where they just fully replaced them with like 3 new actors. And then Miss Kimberly, she ended up leaving the show because apparently when they were filming the movie, she fucking got electrocuted and she almost got caught on fire. So she was like, you know what? I don't want, you know, third time's the charm. There's already been a couple times now, and I don't know if I want a third one to happen. Not Kimberly Wyatt. Ooh, come and get you some. Come and get you some. Ooh, ooh, come and get you some. The game doesn't let me access this, by the way. There's like an invisible wall here. There's like an invisible wall here. The game is not letting me come here. Love that. Oh, there's someone. Hello.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. Hello. A lot of these Power Ranger games, and rightfully so, were like beat 'em ups. So, you know, there's not much to say about them as they are, you know what I mean? Like, of course you can compare how good they are and like maybe the gameplay and, you know, maybe even story, because this doesn't really, you know, they were just kind of like, stuff is happening, go and help them. Oh, now I can come here, cool. It's so weird that they wouldn't have like a door or something. Like, it was just fully this open area that I couldn't access for no reason. Oh.
These items improve your special attack. The more you collect, the stronger you become.
Thank you.
Well done, Ranger. All the hostages have been rescued from the building. Have you found and destroyed the leader of the Batlings? Our sensors have picked up a strong magical source coming from under the building.
He's just talking at me.
But the cause of the trouble appears to be emanating from there. Ranger, be careful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh. We just fall through the ground, you know. We just fall through the ground. No big deal. Oh my god. There's actually like there's a PS2 game that I actually really want to get into called Power Rangers Legends. And it was like the 15th anniversary of the series or something like that. And they actually featured like a lot of different Power Rangers from like... Oh, who's this? Hello? Wait. Did they say let's go to work? Like, they really... The yassification of Power Rangers. Hello? Britney Spears in 2016? When she released Work, Bitch. It was not 2016. It was like 2014, maybe. Besides the point. Now get to work, bitch. 2013. You know, close enough. Close enough, right? Oh, fuck. I died. Is it over? Oh, I just respawned. There isn't, like... I don't even know if I have like, if there's like multiple lives or anything like that, or if there's only a certain amount of times you can die in or something. No misinformation.
Yes.
But yeah, we were talking earlier about like some of those Power Ranger actors, like they're still looking juicy. Kind of in the same vein as like I watched like Johnny Bravo and I didn't know why I gravitated towards that show. There's probably an element of that with the Power Rangers and how I gravitated towards them because, you know, it wasn't that I thought that they were cool necessarily, but they were. But you know, I don't think that was all.
We rock.
We rock. I will say, a PlayStation 1 game having voice acting is actually rather juicy. A lot of my favorite games growing up didn't really have voice acting for PS1, so I have to say, it's not, good. It's not like good voice acting, but it's there. It's there. A file name. Oh, we're gonna do Slay. Who was your favorite ranger? Did y'all have a favorite? This was actually kind of a fierce season also, because I remember they had like an underwater like facility, and then like they re-emerged from it, and like it was really cool. It was really fierce actually. Each of them had like a different specialty.
We have completed our analysis of the crystal you received from defeating Vipera. It appears to be her life force stone, which in the wrong hands could restore her life energy.
Oh no, we don't want that.
Crystals retrieved from Queen Banshira's minion.
We have reports of a code red. Our seismological data confirms that something is trying to destroy the dam. If that happens, we will be facing a serious ecological disaster, and Mariner Bay will be washed out to sea.
Or no.
Go, Rangers.
Ranger, our satellite has pinpointed the source of the seismological activity. You need to destroy all the quake spikes. Go to alert status. Good luck.
Oh, the girls are quaking. Miss Fairweather is your favorite ranger. I love that.
Rescue.
Lightspeed, rescue. Oh, we don't have like any morphing sequences. That's kind of sad. There's something so iconic about like every time that they transform. I mean, listen, I'm also a Sailor Moon fan, so, it tracks. It makes sense.
Find and rescue the hostages.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I keep sneezing. This is not good.
Yes.
Press select. It's very weird that the jumping button is square. There's no Megazord. No Megazord scene either. I just realized. We didn't even do like a little Megazord moment. That's tragic.
Yes.
My God.
Let's go to work.
Let's get to work. Wait, what? Sector not cleared. What you mean? Oh wait, do I have to like find the hostages or something? Are there like hostages? I'm confused. Sector not cleared. It also doesn't let me change rangers. I kind of wish that you could be a different ranger. Like when you change levels, I want to try everyone out. So that's not cute. Do I have
Panic.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Oh. Ah. There was just like a random child.
Yes.
Lost here. Knowing some little kid got this for Christmas on release is cute. Right? Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying. Like obviously as an adult, like you pick up a game like this and you're like, Mama, this is not great. But like,
Find and destroy all the quake spikes.
But like as a kid, I would have eaten this up. I would have really enjoyed it. And they had like a bunch of Power Rangers games. I know that they did quite a few for Mighty Morphin. They did a couple for PS2. And now like they've mostly done a lot of like mobile stuff as well. They have like a fighting game, which to me doesn't make sense. Like why would the Rangers fight each other? Like that's not how that works. You know what I mean? Like why would the Rangers fight each other? I love that I broke the thing that I was supposed to retrieve. Love that. There's not really an acquire button, you know? You just kind of hit stuff. There's like sharks in the background. Love that. Shark Week, anyone? I've never seen Sharknado. Should I? Anyway. Just figured I would share that with the class. Oh, continue? Yes. Oh, it didn't let me pick a new ranger. So there's really no consequence to dying. That makes sense, you know. For the target audience, it makes sense that you wouldn't like die and like lose all of your progress and all that, you know. It makes sense. For like a, I guess there were quite a few PS1 games that were not like that. Not at all. And the suffering was real. Ooh. Speaking of Christmas and Christmas games and stuff like that, do y'all have any like fond memories of like any games that you received during like Christmas season or anything of the sort? I remember on my PS1, my aunt gave me a game and I was like, oh my god, a game. And it was like this game that I had never heard of. It was called, it was Gex. I forget what the subtitle for it was, but it was one of the Gex into the something. It was like, so that was a franchise that I didn't know about, but it was this lizard. It was like this platformer featuring this lizard. And he went into all of these like different TVs, and each of them were like a different level, right? And I remember like looking at that game cover and being like obviously thanking my aunt, but then when I went back to my room, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I remember being like, ugh, like how could she, like I don't know why I was like that. I guess I was a kid, but whatever. But like my little bratty self was like, ugh. Like, if you're gonna give a game, at least give a good one. Like, don't just, like, give a game. Just, like, a random-ass shitty game. Thinking that I'm gonna like it just because it's a video game. Like, that's kind of what I thought. And then I booted up the game. And then I remember having quite a blast playing it, in fact. And so, never judge a book by its cover. Also, I will probably be streaming that game sometime. And like the first level was like an ice, like it was like a snowy area, so like that always kind of I think it was also like Christmas coded. It was very like Christmas vibes. Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
There's like all of these like all these different areas that kind of open up without me realizing. But yeah, so that was one from my PS1 era. My parents weren't like, they didn't do a lot of like games for Christmas. I remember my brother ended up being that a little bit. Thank you. As he's like almost 10 years older than me. So he ended up you know, gifted me games. And sometimes he would do that thing where like it was a gift and technically the game was mine, but like it was a game that he also wanted to play. So, you know, it was just an excuse for him to buy a game that he wanted, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 ended up being that for me when I was in my teen years. I remember vividly. We were actually talking about that earlier on the stream too. Like Kingdom Hearts was like very special to me. Especially like having it being gifted to me like for the Christmas season. I don't really remember other games. I think potentially Final Fantasy 12 at some point. But actually, I don't know if that was a Christmas moment. I think my brother just bought it. And I also remember it was my only Final Fantasy game that I owned that wasn't like a platinum version. Because in the US, I think they had like it was like biggest hits or like best selling whatever, and in Europe they had like a platinum. They called it like a platinum version. I think there were like different names. I forget, but all of the Final Fantasy games that I played, like Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 10, 10-2. All of those were platinum versions. So 12 was, I think, the first one that wasn't a platinum version. So that was cool. I still have a lot of those from my childhood. I feel like we should have some sort of like channel redemption. Would y'all be into that? Like a little channel redemption where like I would open up I would do like a little bit of a, I guess kind of an unboxing, but like, I don't know if it would be called an unboxing if it's a game that I already own, or like a game that I already, you know, like I would be showing off like the inside of the physical version, and I would show you like the little manuals and all that stuff. I feel like that could be cute for a little channel point redemption type of moment. Y'all, let me just tell you, I'm just like walking around. Like the thing about this game that I don't love is that it's basically like you have this like little area, and the levels aren't like that big, but you constantly have to backtrack and walk all the way around them, every little corner, every little tidbit of it, because the game just doesn't unlock everything right away. So you kind of have to. I kind of wish they opened up the level as you kind of went along, rather than you having to like do all this like backtracking and stuff.
We have just finished developing the Super Train Megazord.
What the hell is that? Oh, I completely interrupted what the girlie was saying. Are we gonna do a Megazord? I think they said something about a Megazord. Are we gonna do that? Because I had already discarded that idea. I think we're doing a Megazord. I think. It's funny because this is footage from the Super Sentai. Like, they're not showing any, like, of the Western version. Like, they're not showing any of the Western actors or anything. They're only showing, like, the Rangers already in suit and, like, you know, the Megazord and all that stuff. So, like, they're actively not showing the actors or anything. So I wonder if there's, like, some stuff there where, like, maybe they didn't want to pay the actors or something like that. Or they didn't want to feature them so that, you know, I don't know. Ooh.
Megazord mode. Lightspeed.
Oh no, this is very slow. Oh no. Oh no, this is very slow. Oh, hello. This song is nice. Oh, I had a little missile. Shoot him. Oh my god. This Megazord is very like Transformers vibes, I will say. I always lived for the Megazord fights too. Cause like it was all of them getting together. They were all like there were all these like little one-liners that they would say.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, work. The little dance. I mean, that was fine. The Megazord didn't feel great to control, so there's that. It felt clunkier. It felt clunkier and slower, and but the level was easier, so there's that. It's also interesting because now as an adult, I can definitely tell the difference between the Super Sentai footage and the like Western footage that they filmed with like the Power Ranger actors. So that's always very interesting to clock because like the quality is different.
The super train has been hijacked.
Yeah.
Sensors show that it is being controlled by an enemy on board. Use arrows
Ooh.
to drop off at the end of Rail Rescue 5 and work your way to the front, neutralizing all threats as you go.
A train
You
level.
must regain control of the super train.
Typical PS1. Oh my god. Typical PS1 vibes. A train level. So many games that I played growing up had a little train level. It's actually it is kind of fierce, you know, like you're going through, it's like in motion and you're like going through all the different like all the different little cabins. That's not the word, but listen, I can't remember. Rewards are hard. I still can't switch the fucking Ranger though. It's not letting me switch the Ranger. Ooh.
Let's do it.
It's just the same. It's just the same enemy respawning. Love that. Love that.
Yes.
I love that I kicked him off the train for that first one.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh no. Oh, laser. We're finding the Jinxer. Hi, Jinxer. Deleted Jinxer. Can you not? Hello? Oh my god. Why am I floating?
No.
What just happened? Sector not cleared. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't. Okay, why did we fall? I didn't control the jump, by the way. All right, cool. Love that.
No.
Okay. Okay, rude. This is kind of like an arcade game, but like without the arcade, you know, like without the coins, without spending the money, because you know you already spent it when you bought the game, kind of thing. Y'all, I really want so you know how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got a new game? I want a new Power Rangers game that's like a beat 'em up.
Let's go to work.
Same vibes as like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I want that for Mighty Morphin. Ideally, it would be really cool to have one where like they featured multiple seasons and stuff like that. That would actually be rather fierce. I know that the Sega Genesis Mighty Morphin game actually covers the power transfer and all that stuff, funny enough. So, you know, that's cute. they were all featured in the game, I guess. I mean, they probably weren't paid any royalties or anything of the sort to be featured, to have their likeness featured. But, you know, it happened. I guess as an actor, it must be so cool seeing like action figures that look like you or that are like of the character you played, and like video games and all that stuff. Like, I'm sure that it must be cool to a certain degree, but I wonder if there's an element of like, I signed all of my rights away, so I, you know, I don't make any money off of this. Which is very unfortunate.
Right.
But it's also not very surprising, is it?
Nice moves.
Yeah, that happened. We did a train level. Ooh. We're just hitting the requirements. Now we just need a snow level, and we're gonna, or like even, I don't know if this game is gonna have an underwater level. We had a water adjacent level. Oh, what is this? We're like in space? We're getting attacked from space. Oh, wow. Also, something that's worth noting, fun fact, one of the more recent seasons of the Power Rangers actually had a queer character, their first queer Power Ranger, and they got a GLAAD award for that, actually. So that's a 10 out of 10. Congrats to that. Like,
Ranger, listen up.
You know,
all of your training up to now will be
it only took them like
An asteroid has just
30
hit the city
years
and
to
created
do
a
that, but you
volcanic
know.
mountain. With your help, the city has a chance. Lightspeed, rescue.
I also just realized that the Power Rangers as a franchise is only a year older than me, because Mighty Morphin came out in '93.
Right now, our top priority is to rescue all the trapped civilians.
Find and rescue all the hostages.
It just hit me now because I was like, yeah, it only took them 30 years because I think next year is the 30th anniversary.
On our way.
And I was like, yeah, it only took them 30 years. And I was like, wait, I'm 28. Like, oh, or nor. Oh, of course, a volcano level. It's actually very sad that I can't change Rangers. It's very sad, babes.
Don't panic.
Maybe if I were to like go to the menu or something, it would have, but I don't wanna do all that. Oh, hello. I can't jump this high. Hello. Oh, thank you. People are dying, but there's things that I need to collect. Listen. These Ranger costumes weren't really my favorite. Like, they're fine, but I could be biased, but like, I don't know, the Turbo and the In Space ones were really fierce.
Don't panic.
I actually really like I really like the I didn't really watch the Time Force season, but I actually their costumes are cute. There's so many seasons that I missed. I missed like the Mystic Force one. I missed I mean, basically all the last like 10 years, 15 years of Power Rangers I've missed. So I'm looking forward to. I missed, like, listen, they got bought by Disney at some point. Like, a lot of stuff happened throughout the years with the Power Rangers franchise. And people divide all the seasons like, oh, this is the OG Saban, you know, era, and then like the Disney era, and then like the Nickelodeon era. Like they went through like so many different channels and so many different like, and it's funny because over here every single season aired on the same channel. Channel 3, ooh. So yeah, fun fact. Like over in the US, they changed from like Fox Kids to like Disney, and then like Nickelodeon, and now Netflix. Oh, hello. That's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole on the ground.
Don't panic.
Just, you know, a little volcanic action.
Yes.
It is very iconic that even though the first season didn't have like an openly gay character and even openly gay cast members, but one of them was a redacted. One of them is queer. The original Blue Ranger is now an openly gay individual, and we love to see it. And that him being queer was actually one of the reasons why he left the show, sadly enough, because let's just say that people weren't as nice in the 90s and about queer people existing, and even the possibility of someone being queer was something that they got discriminated against for. So, you know, we hate to see it. And he even went through conversion therapy after he was done with the Power Rangers. Which, you know, spoiler alert, that didn't work. But it sucks, like, how differently things are, right? Like, going from, like, being a gay person and being, like, called, like, slurs by, like, production and, like, crew and stuff like that, to then, like, years later, we're in such a different, like, things are so different now, that now there's like queer characters in Power Rangers, you know what I mean? So it's nice to see that evolution, it's nice to see that change, but yeah, it is very bittersweet. And for as much as I say that things have changed a lot, like, there's still a long way to go, you know? Like, there's still a long way to go. There's still many changes that need to be... Oh, I fully missed you. There's still many changes that need to be made, and there's still a lot of, like, empathy and understanding to be had towards queer folks in our world that we live in. Not wanting to, you know, get very sad on main. Not wanting to get too deep at the gig. But it's important to note those things, you know?
Don't panic.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love that they're like borderline T-posing when they say thank you. Like, I'm not even being sarcastic when I say that. Like, I genuinely love stuff like that where, like, people are T-posing and, like, we're glitching through walls. We're like, I genuinely live for that kind of stuff. I'm not that type of gamer that's like, oh my god, a glitch, how could they? Like, no, it's like, it's all fun and games, don't worry about it. No pun intended.
Yes.
It's all fun and games, don't worry about it. Like, with the recent Pokemon stuff, I'm like, yeah, like, the game would be more enjoyable if there were, like, less, you know, shenanigans. But, like, at the same time, I kind of laugh at it. I kind of just, like, you know, enjoy it for what it is, like a flawed, iconic title. And I just, like, allow myself to enjoy the experience, you know, even if it's a little flawed. I have been playing quite a bit of Pokemon off stream. Listen, I took a week off, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for streamers, it's quite a bit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait until I stream to play this game. Like, I'm going to play this game. I don't need to document my entire playthrough. I don't even need to make it a playthrough. I can just play this game on my own and not stream it. Fun fact. So, you know, personal progress. not everything that you do needs to be content, you know? There's plenty of content to be made. And I feel like as we go towards 2023, I'm very interested in the idea of like being more retro themed. Like, oh, there's a new Resident Evil. Okay, let's play an old Resident Evil, you know? Because there's so many games from so many different franchises that I want to get into that I have never played.
You're on target for saving all the civilians.
Thank you for interrupting me.
Our Lightspeed rescue research team believes that the asteroid is somehow alive. We need you now to focus your attention on the large rock itself and get closer to it.
This has all the hallmarks of
Oh, wow.
Shira. Yes, I'm right. Badlings have started to swarm all over the place. Quick, no time to lose. Advance to the asteroid as quickly as possible.
Oh. Oh, wow. But as I was saying, I think there's something to be had. I don't know. There's something exciting to me about the possibility of like diving into all of these games that either like I grew up with and I want to like remember them alongside y'all, or that I want to showcase them to y'all, or games that I never got to play, like this one that you know, it's an experience for sure. You know, no, but on a serious note, like I would have lived for this as a kid. Like obviously now I'm like, yeah, okay, but like, I mean, I'm still having fun, don't get me wrong. But it would have hit different as a kid. For sure. Have there been any games for y'all that like you played when you were younger and then you played as an adult and it just didn't hit the same? And vice versa, like a game that as a kid, like maybe you played a demo of and you were like super excited for, or like maybe a game that you didn't really love that much as a kid and then you revisited it as an adult and you were like, oh my god, this is actually great. I don't know how like I missed out on this, or like I'm a fool and a clown. Well, I am a fool and a clown. Let's not get that twisted. For me, Final Fantasy VII. Y'all, feel free to boo me, to throw tomatoes at me. But when I was a kid, Final Fantasy VII was not like appealing to me whatsoever. Like I grew up with Final Fantasy VIII, and then I played Final Fantasy. I got to see. I didn't really play Final Fantasy IX, but I got to see people play it. Like my cousins owned it and everything. So I got to see a little bit of it, and it was both Final Fantasy VIII and IX were so like stylized, and then Final Fantasy VII, they just looked like Roblox characters, which, you know, I didn't even know what Roblox was at the time, but like they just looked like Legos, and just the game just didn't look good to me, and I was like, oh no, this is so ugly, I don't want to play this. And then as an adult, I finally played it and I was like, what were you thinking? This game is so good. Although I will say, as a kid, I probably wouldn't have appreciated it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have understood the story. I wouldn't have understood everything going on with it. So I'm glad I only experienced it as an adult. But the other way around, I actually don't know if there's probably been a couple games that like I played a demo of as a kid, and then I tried playing the full version as an adult, and I was like, oh, the demo was like the best part. Like the game isn't that good. But I don't know. I don't know if I can think of like any that off the top of my head right now. I'm sure there have been, but I can't really think of any off the top of my head of like a game that I really liked and then as an adult I don't like it at all kind of thing. The SpongeBob movie game gagged you as a kid and now it just feels so clunky. Aww. Aww. I missed out on so many of those because like I feel like, I don't know, we used to purchase a lot of like game magazines and stuff like that, so I feel like I don't know, there was a level, I wouldn't say like gatekeeping, but there was like a level of like, oh, like if we're gonna get a game it has to be like really really good kind of thing. So I feel like I ended up missing out on a lot of games because I don't know. I don't know if I would have had that type of like, if I would have just like asked for it, you know what I mean? If I would have just asked for a particular game, or, you know, like I missed all of the Barbie games growing up. I missed a lot of those a lot of those because I wouldn't even dream. I wouldn't even get caught like looking at a game box of a Barbie game. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Like I feel like I wanted to gravitate towards them, but like there was something about it that I just kind of was under the impression that like that was wrong, that wasn't for me, that I shouldn't play it, or I shouldn't, you know, even consume like girly content, quote unquote. So like I missed out on a lot of like that stuff, like, you know, like karaoke games and like a lot of the Disney tie-ins. Like I missed so much of that because I don't know, I wanted to be cool. I want to, like, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Was I trying to impress my brother? Like, I don't know. It's funny because I say that, but I also play like Digimon games and like Sonic games. It's like, I don't know, maybe I just had other priorities. I don't know. But I feel like now I'm so down for that. I'm like, yes, let's do that. Let's play a crunchy little like Power Rangers game. Like, of course, yes. That sounds great. Y'all, this jumping. The game isn't letting me jump all the way. Can I not? What am I missing? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Y'all. This game is quite a bit to manage, because like you miss one little thing and you have to like scour the whole level looking for whatever you missed. And I have no idea what that would even be. Sector not cleared.
Don't panic.
Oh, I almost just walked off and perished. They're beating me up. How dare they do their job and try to kill me? Hello?
Yes.
The thing about this game too is that it, like, the level kind of opens in increments. So whenever you're like, oh, I'm like missing something, and then you go back and you're like, I don't know if I had access to that area before. So like, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. So yeah. I don't really like all this like backtracking back and forth, but it was very common in these old PS1 games. I remember Tomb Raider did this all the time too, where like the levels were huge and then you had to like constantly like backtrack and constantly walk back and forth and like do all of that.
Destroy the evil fire ore.
Oh, thank you for interrupting my gameplay experience for me to read that. Thank you so much. Get her, Jade. What is that? What is that? What is that? What did that even do? Am I like invincible? Oh, this is nice. We're just kind of like going through like this destroyed city. There's not even like combos. Like the game isn't even satisfying like that in the combat. It's a bit sad actually. Because you're just like punching and there's not even like a 1-2 combo type of thing. You're just kind of like doing it. Oh, well. I was trying to get to the top of that bus. But it's not letting me. Ooh, fuck! Almost fell. Almost fell and perished. Hello? Oh. I don't think you can rotate the camera. So, you know. That was a choice. But yeah, as I was saying, 2023 I feel like will be more of like a retro-y type of year. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of fun, like having like themed weeks and having a lot of like moments where like I play a game that's like not really supposed to be good, but like we just kind of do it for fun and not necessarily to like shit on it or, you know, criticize it. And I also like the idea of like diving into games that are like poorly reviewed and being like, is it that bad? Or were people just like, you know, misogynistic or whatever, you know what I mean? Because like I'm sure that there's plenty of games that are like fine, but because they were like more like marketed towards girls, then like the average reviewer was like, this is garbage, this is bullshit or whatever. So I really like the idea of like diving into a lot of games that I missed out on, a lot of games that I did play, but you know, maybe y'all haven't seen, or just like a little quirky little niche moment every once in a while too. Because I'm not like other girls. No, it's not like that. Oh, I just jumped. I was fully expecting to perish.
No!
I was not expecting that to work.
Yes!
Did you know that the Barbie Horse PS2 game was considered the worst game ever made back in the day? What? That masterpiece.
No!
Actually, I don't know anything about it. Can't wait for you to cover that. Can't wait for you to cover the worst game ever. I don't like that type of content. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like criticize other people's content, but I don't like that type of brand of content that is like angry man being like, this game sucks, this is awful, this is garbage, like just like making fun of a game, you know what I mean? Like I think poking fun of a game, like there's something there, you know what I mean? Like it's fun to like play a game and you're like, oh, they're like T-posing, that's fun. But I don't like that type of brand of like just like completely shitting on a game or just being like, this sucks, this is awful. Like I haven't clicked on any videos, but I've seen plenty of videos made by people that were like, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet is like the worst Pokemon game ever created, or like, oh my god, how could they, like just like all this stuff. And I'm like, y'all just like have fun for once. Just like have fun for once.
Ranger, you must destroy Diabolico.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a long video, but a part of me was kind of like, wait, maybe I'll play all of the worst games of all time and I'll see if they're that bad. Oh, this one kind of looks like Goldar a little bit from Mighty Morphin. They did a worst games ever episode with Space Channel 5, and I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, not Space Channel 5. It was like, it was either like a worst games episode or it was like it was either worst or like weird games, and I was like, Space Channel 5 is iconic. What do you mean? Oh, it was weirdest. Yeah, I was like, absolutely not. You're not gonna do this to Space Channel 5. No, no. Y'all. That was Lightspeed Rescue. Listen, I'm sure the game is just gonna be more of the same. So I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Um, I okay, baseline, this is a fine game, right? Like, it's a perfectly fine experience. I feel like I would have really enjoyed this as a kid. Maybe like really enjoyed it is a little bit of a stretch, but like I would have enjoyed it. It would have been a fine experience. I would have beaten the game, and I'm sure I would have had a good time with it. And I feel like I would have been gagged by like all the different like footage from the show and all that stuff. Like I feel like that would have been really cool to experience as a kid. Because like I said, I was obsessed with the Power Rangers. This season I watched, I would say probably most of it as a kid. So I would have really lived for this. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this game, for Lightspeed Rescue.